Hello, everyone. Welcome to the end of the week weekly fundamental bias review for October 4th. So it was the end of the first week of October. So I hope everyone had a good week of trading. So what we're going to do here as of every Friday, we're going to look at our fundamental bias that we had at the beginning of the week. And we're going to look at what happened in the market. And if we have any signal here with Enigma, we're going to just go review a few of them. And that'll be it for this week. So we're going to start in a few minutes. So in a couple minutes, we're going to start here at 9:05 Eastern time. Okay, so in 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. Welcome, guys, to the fundamental bias for the review for the week of October 7th, October 4th here. So we're gonna start in a few minutes. So I'm just gonna wait for everyone to come on, and we're gonna start the webinar here. We're gonna look at our weekly bias here for the few pairs that we had and see exactly what happened in the market. If we have any Enigma signals, if you don't have Enigma yet, make sure to get Enigma as soon as possible. I know that we have the free group, but we only have a few signals that are sent out in the group, the free group. So if you want to have the full access of the signals here from Monday to it will be until Friday here. You could have access to it with our $97 package. That will give you access to the Enigma signal and the Discord chat that we have to show your result. And if you want to have some details on that, you can always look at the link in the description in our Facebook group or in the Telegram group. We have a free link here that will show you exactly what is included in our Enigma signals, and you can join the EFX family here. So we're going to start in 2 minutes here. So in 2 minutes, we're going to start the webinar. All right, so welcome, guys. So we're gonna start our weekly review of our fundamental bias here for the week of October 4th. So yeah, we're gonna look at what happened here in the market. I hope that everyone had a wonderful week of trading. And yeah, so we're gonna look at what happened here in the market overall and see exactly if we have any Enigma signals that were sent out, and if the actual bias that we have here overall was in line with the market. Like I said, like I say every time, we do not dictate the market. Okay, so we just follow what we see. So the fundamental bias is a little bit of edge that you have here in the market. That could be congruent with your analysis based on the commercial data, or it could be the total opposite here. Okay, so and that's why we have Enigma that give you an edge in the market. That it will scan the market for you based on the pairs that you're going to be looking at for the week. And if you're like us, we follow the biggest the fundamental the pairs that are moving the most for the week. That's why we do the fundamental bias, because we know exactly which pair is moving uh, the most compared to the others, and we focus on them and we trade those pairs specifically. Okay, so that being said, I'm just going to share my screen so we could look at our bias that we had here for the week. And you're going to see that I changed the layout of the fundamental bias for what we're doing every week. So it's going to be cleaner. So anything that is neutral will be removed. Okay. So every week you're only going to see the actual pairs that will be moving until we have our updated back office that will show you the all of the currency that are biased here for the week. Okay, so I'm just gonna share my screen on that. Perfect. So let's see. Okay, great. So that'll be the new layout here for the upcoming weeks. So basically, the layout that we had before, I'm just going to show you what we had before. It was like this. So we had every week that was putting on each line, and it was giving you, let's say, if we look at May 3rd, we're showing you between this date and this date, and the bias here. Okay, so this is basically my internal process that I was showing you. But for now, what I'm gonna show you starting next week, and basically starting this week because I already did it for this week, is the actual pairs that will be moving only. Okay, so you're not gonna have any neutrals they'll be shown. Only the ones that has a specific bias on. Okay, so this week we had odd USD, odd CAD, odd NZD, CAD Chef, CAD JPY, Euro USD, Euro CAD, Euro NZD, GBP USD, GBP CAD, GBP NZD, NZD Chef, NZD JPY, and the USD ZAR. Okay. Perfect. So we're gonna look at basically the actual trend for each of them, just to see exactly if our buyer was in line with the market or not. Okay. So we're gonna start with because I was already on AUD CAD, but we're gonna start at AUD USD, and if you saw the US dollar was the overall bias was a buy for the actual dollar, but it was weakening this week. Okay, so that's why you have we have a different layout here on the USD. Okay, so USD we had it as a sell. Okay, but as you can see, overall the week was an uptrend. So it was a buy. So we're just gonna go on the 1 hour. And see what we had here. So this one, AUSD, yeah, there was one trade. Basically two trades. No, let's see. Yeah, only one trade. That was last week. So there was one trade here, and that was basically on Sunday. There was a signal that was sent out on Sunday night, the beginning of Monday morning, and that was for a buy. And like I said, if Enigma is giving you a signal on a moving pair, because those are moving pairs, regardless of the buys that we have, those are the pairs that will be moving for the week, right? So since I know that, I expect to have a signal sent out for those specific pair. I will always take the trade here on those pairs. Okay. So here we had a buy. Just gonna do a quick replay. Let's look at a 1 hour. Boom. So we had it. We had an entry here for a buy right there. Okay. So let's continue. TP1 hit. Okay. Let's go back. Let's continue. So right there, did it touch your stop loss? No. So you will still be in a trade. You should have been taking partial profit, or if it's your target is only TP1, you would be already out of the trade. Okay. And if you take partial profit, you put your stop loss at break even. So that means that you would be already out of the trade, but you'll be in profit. Okay. If not, if you only you want to take TP2, TP3, that's your decision on that. But you see here, it's already took you would be already stopped out here if you only kept your stop loss at the stop loss indication that we had in the signal. Okay, perfect. So USD, we had it as a sell, but it was an uptrend overall for the week. Okay. So let's go back here. AUD CAD. Let's go back and see AUD CAD. I'm just going to look at a few of them. And overall, if you have any questions, you can always drop it in the comment section. And I'll be glad to answer your question on anything that you see here on the process of fundamental bias or anything. Okay. So AUD CAD, we had it as a sell, right? So it sold off here. Okay. So it was a sell. So let's look at H1 and look at if we had any signals that was sent out for that pair for the week. No, so no signals here. with AD CAD. But our bias was good, so that's good. And what I'm gonna do here for now on, I'll put an X, maybe I'll put an X here. So that would mean that the bias was accurate here. Okay. I'm not gonna put them for the previous ones, but I'm gonna start to do that starting next week when I do the review on next Friday. Okay. So AUNZD, let's look. AUNZD. ADNZD. So ADNZD we had it as a sell, but went on an uptrend. It doesn't matter. Why? Because we know that this pair is trending. Okay, so it's still moving, right? So we expect to have a signal for, regardless if it's a buy or sell. But since the pair is moving, it's a good indication that if we take a signal for the week, we should be in the green. So far I already see a winning trade, but I'm just gonna go back on the previous days. Gonna start the week started on the 4th to see exactly if we have any signal. No, so we have nothing here. So the actual signal that we had was here. That was on the 6th, so that was on Wednesday for buy. So we're just gonna do a replay just to see exactly what played out here for this trade. And at the same time, I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. You can type the number 1 or maybe put a thumbs up or a smiley face if you're on Facebook to show that you're active and you could hear me so I could continue. And make sure you don't miss those the webinars here that we have here on Monday and Friday. Okay. Because, and if you're not able to attend, you can always watch the replay on YouTube or on Facebook, on the Facebook group. And because this is great value we're giving you guys here, okay? Because if you know exactly the fundamental bias here, you have a little bit of edge here in the market here overall. Perfect. So we have ones here. Perfect. Okay. So let's do the replay. I'm just gonna reduce the speed. All right, perfect. All right, let's start. All right. So on that candle, we had a buy on AUNZD. Stop loss was here. And you see the TP1, TP2, TP3. And if you are a VIP member, okay, so you have if you could go back to when the actual signal was sent out for AUDNZD, you're going to see exactly the price point here that we have right now. Okay, so let's continue. So entry was here. First candle almost hit TP1. So let's continue. TP1 hit after 2 hours. Already hit. So you would have to already partial profit, or if your take profit target is only TP1, you will be already out of the trade and in profit here in the green. Okay, but let's continue. Let's see if you hit TP2, TP3. Now here you see that the price went back to the entry price. So you had another opportunity to come in for a buy. Okay. So let's say you took profit, take profit here or partial profit. You would have another entry for another buy. Okay. Let's continue. We'll see if it touched our stop loss. Not even. It went back up. This candle is an engulfing candle that was engulfing the last two candles here. So that's a high probability of going still on an uptrend. Let's continue. Here, TP1 hit. On top of that, there was another. The price went back again on the entry price. Boom. TP1 and TP2 hit on that candle. TP3 hit right there. So that was a nice trade. Very nice trade. Perfect. So let's go back on our list. So those two didn't work with our fundamental bias, but we had some signals that were profitable. Why? Because we know that the market, those pairs will be moving a lot. Okay, if it moves a lot, that means you get a higher probability of getting your target hit with TP1, TP2, and TP3. Okay, if you have a signal. Okay, so let's look. I'm gonna look at maybe 2 or 3 of them in details, but I'm just gonna look at the actual buys here. So we're gonna look at the Catch Chef. We're going to weekly. I always start on a weekly to look at the pair. So I'm gonna go on Catch Chef. Catch Chef. Okay. So Catch Chef, we have it as a buy. So it was a buy. And it was a continuation of our previous buy that we had for last week. Yeah, last week we didn't have a bias here. Yeah, we didn't have any bias here for last week. So, but the trend was still going on an uptrend, and it gave a strong buy. Okay. So that was a good. So our bias was correct on this one. Let's look at CAD JPY. Same thing. Was going up. So that's good. USD. I'm gonna look at USD. So Euro USD, we had it as a sell. So it did sell this week here. So that was good. Or maybe I'm eventually maybe I'm gonna change the maybe put a color scheme on the pairs here to see if what's correct or not. So, but for now, I'll put an X here just to show you that those were good. Okay, Euro CAD. Let's see. We had it as a sell. Yeah, that was a big sell here, guys. That's good. That was good too. Euro NZD. So Euro NZD was still a sell, and we were looking for a sell. Yeah, so it was a sell. So that's perfect. GBP/USD. We have it as a sell. So GBP/USD. So GBP/USD was doing it said it was a sell, but it was a buy here. Let's look at the hourly chart to see exactly what we have here. If we have any entries or that was sent out. Yeah, so we have a couple of them here. Yeah, we have one in on 4th, and that was a buy. Okay, so let's look at all right, so let's do the back test. There you go. So that was the entry for buy, TP1, TP2, TP3. Let's continue. TP1 hit after 1 to 3 hours. So after 3 hours, your TP1 will already be hit. Same thing, move your stop loss at the entry, take partial profit. Okay. Me personally, I close off at least maybe 30%, like 30% on TP1, 30% on TP2, and the rest that will be 40% on TP3. That's me, but you could play around with the partial profit here at what you like. But that's how I use mine. So after 3 hours, TP1 was hit. Okay, so let's continue. Then almost TP2 hit, but went back down. Almost TP2 hit. TP2 hit right there. TP2 hit. Let's fast forward. So now you'll be out of the trade because you can just see. Let's say you were still in on the first entry and you didn't take full profit and didn't move your stop loss. You will still be in the trade, but my motto always is to take partial profit and put my stop loss at break even, so that way if it touch my trailing stop that is at my entry or a little bit more than my entry, I know that my account is secured. That's one. And secondly, I took profit regardless of what happened. Okay, so I didn't miss the move. I didn't miss taking profit. My account is secured because I trail my stop loss to break even, a little bit more than break even. I always put it like a little bit more than the actual entry price, right? Just to cover the spread and the fees, and you're good. Okay. So it's good on that. So the GBUSD. Okay, let me reload that. All right, perfect. So I'm just gonna go back. What we had here, perfect. Oh, okay, so we said GP CAD. We added, okay, this one was a buy, right? And we're looking for a sell, so bueno. So GP CAD, let's see, GP CAD. GP CAD, perfect. We're looking for a sell, sold off. So that's good. Now, GPNZD. Oh, I think it's because of my other error that is open. So I'm just going to close that. Yeah. All right, so it's oh, good. Okay, so I'm just gonna reload that. I'm not gonna change anything here because it's Give me some errors right now tonight. So I'm just going to review the last few of them here. And if there's any questions, we'll take the questions here afterwards. And if you watch the replay, you could always leave your questions on the comment section, and we're going to be glad to answer your questions afterwards here if you're not on the live right now. Okay. So look, we're looking at GPNZD. So that went up. We're looking for a sell. So, but I'm pretty sure if we go back to the 1 hour, like I said, you can always look at still gonna have some signals that will be sent out because it's related to our bias, and we know that this pair will be moving. Okay. So right there, you see that there was an entry. TP1 was hit, right? Take partial, went back to your entry. But if you already took partial or you didn't took partial, you will still be in the trade, and it already took TP3 right here because you see the price went there. And there was another buy entry here, and that was a cleaner buy entry, and it went to TP3. Okay. I'm going to look at the last three. NZD Chef, hourly, the weekly. NZD Chef. Okay. So NZD Chef, we had it as a buy, but it sold off. Okay, yeah. Hourly. Let's see if we have any signals here for the week. Yeah, we had nothing here. And the JPY, weekly. We had it as a buy, so it was a buy. It's perfect. And finally, we had a USD ZAR, so the South African Rand. This is an actual pair that moves a lot. So if you don't know how to trade that pair, don't trade it. I know there's a few people that love that pair, so that's why we put it in our list here. So it did went up. Let's see if we had any signal. I think we had a few signals here this week that I saw, but just want to make sure that it was there. Whoops. Right here. Perfect. Yeah, I think it was last week. I think there was one here. Made a mistake in here. So I'll do a replay right here. Let's see what it did here. That was not a signal. Perfect. Okay. So let's go back. Okay, so most of the current the fundamental bias here that we had for the week did went in our favor, in specifically our direction, but overall, most of the pairs that we looked at that were sent out with Enigma gave some sell or buy opportunity for the week. Okay, so if you took all of the signals related to those pairs, right, to those pairs, your account will be up this week, and like all of the other weeks here. Okay, so yeah, so that's it, guys. So if there's any questions, I'll stay here for a couple of minutes. If not, like I said, uh, you can leave your comment or anything related to this webinar here, or the overall questions on fundamental bias on our Facebook group or on our YouTube channel. If you're not following us on YouTube, you could always follow us on Elevated FX. So the link will be in the description, and we're gonna put the link here on Facebook here, so you could follow us on YouTube. Okay, but if that's and that's that being said, I'll wait for a few minutes if anyone has any questions. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Perfect. So yeah, so every Monday, what we do here on every Monday, we look at our bias that we have with the commercials. So basically, over the weekend, what I do here is I analyze the data, the commercial data for the last 2 weeks. So the week of October, the first week of October, and the last week of September. That will give us a bias here for next week. That'll be for the week of October 11th. Basically, I know in Canada next week, Monday it's a holiday, so the banks will be closed on Monday. So you should see some impact on that. But based on the data, we're gonna see exactly which currency they'll be moving here overall for the week. Okay, so here there was let's check. Okay, so yeah, there was a question here saying that what was the winning rate like this past week? I know it was in the high 80%. In the back test the full week here, but I know that we should have what we're gonna do here on our newest website is we're gonna put the actual winning rate every week based on the Enigma signals that are correlating with the commitment of trader, the COT, the fundamental bias. So on hand, I don't have the actual data, but I know it was the high 80s here for sure. Perfect. So is there any other questions? right, so we're gonna close the webinar here. Like I said, if you have any questions, just leave them in the group, in the Facebook group, or if you're in the Discord chat, if you're our VIP members, you could always ask us questions in the trade talks. So I'm going to be glad to answer all of your questions that you have. And if you have any results related to our commitment of traders, the fundamental bias, and our Enigma signals, make sure to put them in the Enigma profit zone. Okay, we have a section on that in Discord. And if you're our free member and you're taking our free signals here on the Enigma Telegram group, like I said, we have a link in the pin post to join our VIP. That will give you access to first more signals than what you have on our Telegram group, and secondly, you have access to a lot of support here on how to use Enigma and how to take the trade and everything like that. We're gonna have you're gonna have access to that, and eventually we're gonna have our free member portal. Eventually, with our new website, that will give you access to some basic knowledge here on trading. And we do have a forex mastery that will have access to our top educators here in DreDayFX, and a lot of good analysis and support on that too. Okay, so on that note, I wish you a wonderful end of the week. I hope that everyone will take the time to re-energize themselves and study. If you want to study the market over the weekend, that's the best time to do it, not over the week when the market is moving. If I do my analysis basically over the weekend, because when the market doesn't move, that's the best time to get back to see exactly where you messed up, or what you could improve on. Okay, and then you start on Sunday night or Monday morning and crush the market. Okay, so I'll get back to you guys on Monday night at 9 p.m. as always. So we're gonna look at the fundamental bias here for the week. And if you have any questions here on that, I'll be glad to answer them when we'll be on the webinar live or afterwards. There's no problem with that. But that being said, I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Have a great night and have a great weekend.